Namaste friends, I hope you are following the physics video lectures. We are in the second unit, motion in straight line or motion in one dimensional motion. In this one today our goal is to learn about the one small concept, that is the classification of motion. That means we are categorizing the total motion, how many types of motions are there, that is our goal. So there are three types of motions are there, that three types are here I am given. First one is the one dimensional motion. The one dimensional motion can be called it as the rectilinear motion also, or we will call it as the linear motion also. The second one is the two dimensional motion, and third one is the three dimensional motion. Now we need to know what is the definition for the one dimensional motion and two and three dimensional motion. If you know one definition, then you can easily say that remaining two types of motions. Let me go to the first definition. What is mean by one dimensional motion or rectilinear motion or linear motion? If only one of the three coordinates can be specified the motion of an object, then the type of motion is called as a one dimensional motion. You already know the motion of the object or position of the object can be specified with respect to a coordinate system, that is named as the frame of reference. In this frame of reference, we have the generally three coordinate system. So we have the three coordinate system. It is the frame of reference. We will have the three coordinates. Let me take x, y, it is the z axis. So if the position or the motion is represented with help of any one of the axis, let me take, if the object is moving only on x axis, then no need about this x and y and z axis, because of the motion is only under x axis only. It is not moving to the y direction, it is not moving z direction, it is moving only on x axis. That means if the object is moving, the motion of the object is on only single axis, that type of motion is called as a one dimensional motion. In that case, we can easily, with help of the one axis only, we can easily specify the motion of the object. That's why the one dimensional motion is needed one axis only. It may be x axis, it may be y axis, it may be depends. Let me, one of the person is moving on z axis only. So let me take, for your easy understand, let me take is the cubical side. It is the cubical side. So if the object is moving along this x-axis, this is x axis, one axis is more enough to explain that. If the object is moving along z axis, one axis is more enough. If the object is moving along this axis, one coordinate system is more enough for explaining the position of the object. So that means if one coordinate axis is enough to specify the motion of the object, that type of motion is called as a one dimensional motion. We have the three coordinates axis. In that one, we are if one is more enough, then we will say that that is the one dimensional motion. Example means the motion of the stone which is vertically projected. So if the stone is vertically projected, if you know this one, this object will move upward direction. So the object motion is enough to, we can specify this, how much height is there from earth surface, this is the height. Only h is more enough to explain this position of the object. How much height is there here, how much height is there here, how much height is there here. So with respect to time, that is the one axis is enough for represent the motion of the object. Otherwise the motion of the freely falling body also, it is more enough to specify. Otherwise one of the boy is running on straight line. That means we know only distance is more enough to specify the x coordinate is more enough to specify the motion of the object. If one coordinate axis is enough to specify the motion of the object, that motion is called as the one dimensional motion. The remaining two will come to the same manner. So if only two of the three coordinates can be specified the motion of an object, that motion is called as a two dimensional motion. So we have the three coordinate axis, that is the x and y and z axis. If two coordinates are needed to specify the motion of the object or position of the object, then that motion is called as a two dimensional motion. Can we say that if the car is moving on a road is always it may be having the, so the road shape is a different shape will have. Let me take the car is moving like this. So that means we will say that location of this object, it may take it is the x axis, this is the y axis. Sometimes it may be here, sometimes it may be here, sometimes it may be here. That means it is varying x and y. It does not varying the z axis. That means we are assuming that the height of the earth surface is a constant level. It is the same height is there. It is not moving on the hill area, and also it is not going on the, it is a road. So this is not a hill, it is a road on the plain. So the car is moving on this road with a different curved nature, curved path is there. That height is constant. Then that type of motion is called it as a two-dimensional motion. Now otherwise, if you take the carom board, the coins of the carom board, they are moving in the plane. So they need x axis, they need y axis to represent the location of these carom board coins. So that means we will use these coins can be move on the x axis direction and y axis direction. Then the striker and coins can move in this board. They are having the two-dimensional motion. So that means we can say that if the object is moving in a plane, it is not moving in a straight line. So that means a object is moving on a plane. So then the type of motion is called it as a two-dimensional motion. So let me go to the another definition. What does that mean by three-dimensional motion? If three coordinates are needed to specify the motion of an object, then the type of motion is called it as three-dimensional motion. We are having the three coordinate system. So three coordinates are needed to specify the motion of the object. Then the type of motion, let me take one. So the motion of the flying bird. Bird means it will have the three coordinate system. It can have certain height also, and it can move certain distance also. It can different paths also it can move. That means it needed height, it needed x value, it needed y value. So then it is having three coordinate system we needed. The type of motion is called it as a three-dimensional motion. Motion of the aeroplane also, motion of the helicopter also, it is the three-dimensional motion will come. So these are the types of motion or classification of motion. There are three types are there. One-dimensional, to specify the motion, if you need one axis, one coordinate axis, that is the one-dimensional motion. Two-dimensional motion, to specify the motion, if we needed a two coordinate system, two coordinates, then the type of motion is the two-dimensional motion. The third one is the, if I need specify the three coordinate, if we needed three coordinates to specify the motion of the object, then the type of motion is called it as three-dimensional motion. These are the classification of the motions. Thank you for listening.